is. Here is the hallowed ground of Nicky Hayden. That's where Nicky sits. He's out there, obviously, just getting ready to get on the grid for the race. You might remember a couple of years ago, he was world champion, but ever since then, he's had a really difficult time. You're not one to sugarcoat things and dance around, so what's going on?
It's certainly not going as smooth as we'd like. You know, we expect a lot from myself, from the team, everybody. You know, right now, just bike, rider, tire package is not gelling. There's something in there missing with the setup. Change something, we get the front working, and then we mess up the rear, so.
I guess the difficulty for anybody on the outside looking in is the fact that your teammate is right up there. And, for example, in Mugello, he crossed the line 45 seconds before you did.
Yeah.
So how can there be that massive difference?
Well, in Mugello, obviously, we had a problem there. Something happened quite early in the race, and, you know, I don't like anybody in front of me, much less my teammate. That's bad for me. You know, you start the season in Honda, everybody knows that #1 rider gets the preferences, and, you know, I started the year slow.
Do you feel as though the #1 rider gets more support?
Well, I don't want to get into that. I mean, obviously,
I know you don't want to make a big deal about it, and I don't want to make anything more than the facts, but the fact is, and we talked about it last year,
Go ahead.
Yeah, but you went from winning the championship for Honda to last year, that bike just not working for you, and seemingly being built for Danny. How galling is that, though, for you?
Yeah, it's, you know, it's tough, but, I mean, I know going in, this ain't an easy game anyway, so, you know, honestly, this year I feel like, you know, the bike suits my style a lot more and isn't so hard to... Last year was, you know, at times early in the year impossible to ride that bike. I mean, it was just too small for me. And this year I can't really use that excuse, so I need to gas it up, get up front.
There's been a few gritting teeth moments this season. I would imagine off the track for you as well, because Danny Pedrosa hasn't held back, and he said some things about you. And here you are having to share a garage with this guy. Do you actually talk to each other?
Not really. I mean, we both do our own thing. It's basically separate garages. Since we've been teammates, it's not really been like we've been over cupcake and hugging and stuff after we ain't seen each other for a while. So, no, it don't make a big difference. I mean,
you said to me last year when I asked you about some of the offers that you'd been given when you were world champion, when you go to a party, you've got to dance with the girl that you came with. It was a great line. I'm just wondering which girl you might like to dance with next year in an ideal world.
Just a hot one. You know, I don't want to have to dance with some roach, broke down, used up, well-ridden chick, you know. I mean, obviously, you know, I want to stay on a good team and get a good package under me, and more than anything, the team, you know. It's really important to have the guys you work well with, so. I
think from the public persona, everybody wants you to be on a good ride. They want you to be on a competitive ride because they love watching you, know, dicing at the front. From your point of view, why do you want to stay here?
Stay in MotoGP or stay in...
Yeah, stay in MotoGP.
It's the ultimate. I mean, when you roll out on the opening lap here and there's 100,000 people going wild and it's against the best riders, sure, it's hard some days and beat you down because, you know, you come from winning and you win every week, and it's not easy, but, you know, if you're not winning, oh, you're third. Here, you're not winning, you know, you're 16th, and it's tough, but I ain't ready to go home. I feel like I got more to offer. I know some people think maybe I've you know, lost the desire to be here, but that's not the case. And, I mean, I could sit here and say it, but, you know, talk's pretty cheap. I need to go out and prove it.
Well, it looks like the crowd did make it in after all, about 115,000 of them here. And you're looking live now at Nicky Hayden on the front row of the grid. Just want to reiterate something to you. That analogy about dancing wasn't me asking Nicky for a date. That was his analogy to his team and his bike. And I think he spoke pretty strongly about that. Quite an interesting chat with Nicky there, but looking very good. In fact, this is the best that he's looked all season so far on the front.